When I first got to Hollywood 14 years ago, Hercules was one of the first projects that I brought up to studio executives at that time. So I wanted to make it then. I didn't have any clout to pull it off. And so years later, I'm sitting with, well, first of all, years later, we're developing our own version of Hercules. And we're hiring writers. And then all of a sudden, we get a phone call from MGM and Paramount and saying, hey, we have this idea about Hercules. We already have a script of Hercules. What do you think of this? And I love their version of it based off a graphic novel. So it's just funny and ironic how everything kind of comes full circle. Here I am sitting with you and talking about Hercules and a passion project of mine in my bones that I feel it has been for 15 years. And not only that, but the best part about the whole thing and the best part about this whole story is the movie's awesome. That's the best part. It took less pizza than I'm used to, and it also, it just required 6 to 8 months of hard prep and hard training and training twice a day. And as I was prepping for Hercules, I was also carrying a full wrestling schedule at that time as WWE champion. And I remember that time, it was so challenging to prepare for the role. But I always kept reminding myself that it's one shot. You only get one shot at this. As an actor, it made a huge difference because it's real and you're living it and it's authentic and there's a texture to it. When you step on set, you step on the set of Hercules, it was massive because it was the size of a football stadium. It was literally the size. It's funny when people hear, sure, the size of a football stadium. No, the set was the size of a football stadium. The giant statue of Hera was the size of a downtown building. It was massive. So as an actor, when you step on the set, there's dirt on the ground. You're looking at the temple of Hera. There's the horses, the chariots, the soldiers. You're immediately immersed in Thrace 350 BC. So it helps tremendously. And when you're on set, and instead of using plastic chains, I wanted real steel chains on my wrists so I couldn't break them. I'm most excited for fans to see this definitive version of Hercules. So 3 years ago, I sat with Brett Ratner, our director, and I said, we talked about our goals for the movie. And the biggest goal was, let's make the defining version of Hercules for a generation. After we're long gone, if we do it right, then people and kids are gonna remember this version. So I'm so excited for an audience to see our version of Hercules, based off a graphic novel. It's a different twist than what you would expect. And the fun that we had on screen, and I know that the audience has fun when they watch the movie, that's what I'm excited about.